And Edgeworth look forward and across to the left-hand side, going down towards it was Grant Brown. He was injured in the last match. Goes down, referee says play on. And Keanu Moore after it. Davidson clears it up towards Ben Smith. Edgeworth slip over the shot from Palozzi. Saved well by Ben Smith. A hairy moment early on for Edgeworth there, Chris. He played 25 games in the NSL for the Breakers, but we'll go now to Brodie Taylor, who's going to try and put Swancott under pressure. Cuts it back on the inside. Tom Smart's there. Brodie Taylor gets back on it. Tom Smart's touch just a little bit heavy. Hughes with the throw. Goes to Bryce. Goes over the top for Brodie Taylor. Tommy Smart. Brodie Taylor does well to knock it back in, but there's no Edgeworth plays in there. Pasquale to Keanu Moore. Aiden Bryce hits an absolute stunner of a volley and silences the home crowd. Well, that's probably the goal of the year so far on Bar TV, Chris.
Oh, that was an absolute cracker. We were just talking about Swancott. Nothing he could do about that. Absolutely nothing. And a great strike.
With a great performance last week. Played most of the game with 10 men, a 0-0 draw up at Western. Here's Palozzi going top left corner. That's an absolute cracker of a free kick. Alex Palozzi scores again for Lambton. Luke Walker off the side of his boot. Now Keanu Moore again down the right-hand side. Swancott comes out, plays it across the face. Hulse just couldn't get there in time. And Grant Brown does well. I should say Lambton would be at the top.
When he came in initially, it was just something that the club, I know, were very excited about. In fact, the whole league was excited about it.
Now Keanu Moore. Lovely little skill from Keanu Moore. Played it across to Aiden Bryce, who wasn't awake to it at the time. And Brad Swancott plays it out. Gets thumped by Aiden Bryce. Swancott goes down. He's going to get himself a yellow card. Michael Sessions and Palozzi standing over it. Palozzi goes at it. He's already scored from one this afternoon. Yeah, we're up there. I've only been up there once this season. That was the match against Western, and it was very windy up there, and it makes it hard to play. There was the game against Edgeworth a few weeks ago. It was a very windy day. Here's Dylan Holtz with some space in front of him for Edgeworth. He steps it back on his right, hits the shot, and Dylan Holtz scores. His wife had a baby yesterday, and he'll celebrate that one with a beautiful goal into the top right corner.
Well, he can put that one straight in the top shelf, can't he? And then isn't that the best baby present you can give him?
I think really, if you look at the top four, once you get to the finals, it doesn't matter in terms of where you finish. Here's Brodie Taylor getting to the 18. Brodie Taylor with a shot across goal. So just before half time, Edgeworth with a 2-1 lead. 10 seconds left of regulation time in the first half. Davidson goes up, header over the top. Aiden Bryce. Brodie Taylor was after it. Greater player he is, Chris, and how good a talent he is for the future. So it'll be interesting to see as the second half gets underway.
Yeah, I mean, look, as I mentioned before, he's only 17 years old. And
the wind favouring him, but goes high. Luke Walker with the header. Away, Aiden Bryce, it's up for him. He has a shot and blasts it over. Well, that surely defied physics that ball went over. It goes low, went under the wall, really, and talking about being a bit busy with work commitments, but that's all been sorted out. Here's Keanu Moore. He's got some more space. Hits it, Brad Swancott again, left-handed. And now he gets across, dives on the ball, and now he flicks it chopstick style over towards the sideline.
We've just seen it all there from
That's play of the day. McPherson over the top, sits up for Jamie Burns. Trying to hold off Cameron Hughes. Back to Remington, squared back wheelhouse also in there. Desperate moments for Edgeworth at the back. And the referee calls a close to proceedings this afternoon. Edgeworth come to Arthur Eden Oval and get a 2-1 victory over Lambton to go 5 points clear up the top of the ladder.